Well, we have one more to go. John Thorne's sitting over there. What the hell did he do to go last? Particularly after going after that group. Well, if he hadn't chased my sister around the yard a couple of times, he'd have gone first and he'd be out of here by now. But he did. I don't think he ever caught her, which is good news. Class of 62. When we did the research, and Ed does some of our research for us, he called me up and he said, "Do you know this guy?" I said, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "He should have been president of the United States." He thought that much of his resume. So have that in the back of your mind as we go through this. The Oatka Knights varsity football team played in the Central Western Conference for 55 to 64, which is comprised of larger Monroe County schools. John quarterbacked the Knights to a 4-4 record in his junior season in 1960, and the larger schools took notice of his gridiron capabilities. 2-6 record followed in 1961. But the Democrat Chronicle, all Central Western Conference team selection, John was awarded first team quarterback. And you think about the team record sometimes and how that goes. They watched him play and said he's the best guy there. By the way, the coaches voted for that position. John was an outstanding on the LeRoy High School track team, leading the team as a scoring and sophomore, 1960. By the way, he would have been the star of the basketball team. What was the guy with the big ears? McCulley started playing a little more than him. But he was a great basketball player. He was an outstanding on the track team, leading the team in scoring as a sophomore. 1960, he excelled in the high jump, 220-yard dash, and is a member of the 880-yard relay team. In 61, he had 3 teammates won the American Region Relays at Brighton High School in a 1-mile medley with a time of 3:50.7. Jumped had a little bit about basketball for 3 years, including a stint as forward for George Rudman's teams. John excelled off the playing field as well. At this point, John, I'm going to say, what a puzzlement. You remember what that is? All right, I'm going to off the field of play. He was a Region Scholar who won honors as Model Congress member, winner of the Larkin Speaking Award, named as the National Honor Society President, chosen as a winner of the DAR Good Citizenship Award, all the while singing choirs and plays, etc., etc., etc. We'll tell you what that is later. He was also active in 3 school bands while editing the Oatka yearbook and the Red and Black School newspaper. Graduated 10th in his class and set a wondrous high school standard for all LeRoy student athletes. He went on to play football at Hobart, tight end, and was a great player there as well. The reason I was joking, if any of you were around, he sang the Lee McKay and I in the stage of the old school, and he was almost as good as Joel Brenner. The guy was unbelievable at everything he did. I'm thrilled to introduce him today. He is truly a Hall of Famer in almost every way. John Thorne.
Well, hi everybody. Thank you for waiting. I hope I haven't interfered with your naps. I feel very much honored to be here today. I want to thank the Hall of Fame board for selecting me for this honor. I'm particularly honored to be in the presence of so many other talented LeRoy athletes. I feel extraordinarily fortunate to have grown up in LeRoy. As the son of a teacher, was always driven home to me that my studies came first. Nothing else came close. But I was also encouraged to involve myself in extracurricular activities, and sports was certainly one of those that I was very much interested in. I got a lot of help and a lot of encouragement from my family and from others in this community. I had teachers and staff who were very helpful and encouraging to me. People like Bill Lane, Coach Ray J., George Rugman, Evelyn Fortmiller, Earl Groth, trying to think of others, Mr. Bundy, were all really extraordinarily helpful to me. And when I went on to play football, that was the case as well. I had the privilege of playing with underclassmen, such as, and I certainly can't name all the people who were helpful to me, but Jim Lapp played with me, Gary Scott played with me, Joe Corgemilia, Richard Williams, all people important to our team and certainly supportive of me. As I was growing up and I was like a junior high schooler, I had people who inspired me, I idolized to some extent. People like Joe Antenor, who I remember thinking was just the toughest football player I had ever seen before. People like Lanny Furr, Joe Regal. There was one other I wanted to think of, but it doesn't come to mind right away. In the class ahead of me, I was privileged to play with Richard Antenor, John Armino, Don Piquel, Doug Boatfield, really good people who helped me a great deal. Most important to me were my teammates who were also my classmates. The recently departed Nick Alex, my co-captain Alan Lindsley, Dave Pullyblank, Tom Yahtzee. People learned very quickly that you did not try to run around the end that Tom Yahtzee protected. So very important people in my life who helped me a great deal. So I went on to play 4 more years of football at Hobart and track and field as well. In later years, I was able to earn my MBA at the University of Connecticut. And all of this came about because of this community, my family, my teachers, my teammates, my friends, and I am just so very grateful. And thank you again for this recognition.